What's up, guys? Welcome back. So we're gonna do a little micro meditation session, and while we're doing that, we are going to find out our deepest purpose. It may sound bizarre, but as we do this, I believe that you are going to have a sensation within your body, a feeling within your body that you can grasp onto, and that it'll leave you with sort of a baseline feeling, something that you can bring to your life, something new right after this. And so sit back, relax, and just get present with me. We're going to do that by slowing our breath. Not necessarily slowing the breath, but we're going to let the breath come to us. You see, you don't really have to think about breathing. Your body's going to do that for you. And so all we have to do is sort of become aware of our bodies taking in that air, the inhalation and it exiting. So your belly rises. You don't have to force it. You don't have to do that. Just let your body do its thing. As you begin to tune into that, you'll notice that maybe your mind starts to drift off a little bit. You can feel your face, maybe your cheeks. Loosen them up. Your eyes, let them go soft. We're sitting here, and just if you're in a chair, if you're on the ground, just notice the weight of your body on the chair, on the floor. The weight of your body on the chair pushing against it, just sort of feeling heavy. And as your thoughts drift, just tune back the breath. Just come back to the breath, that awareness, and that awareness will just sweep your mind clean of your thoughts. And so right now, as we're here getting present, you'll notice glimpses of complete presence. Your body's loose, heavy. You're aware of the sounds in this video. You're aware of the sounds in your room. You're aware of the temperature, the lights, the noises. Coming back to the breath. You feel your body breathing. So these moments that are completely there, present, submerged in it. I want you guys to rate that a 10. When you're just completely there, that's a 10. Okay. Now I want you to think of some crazy rave. Just snap out of it, bro. Snap out of the trance. Snap out of it, bros. All right, so that's like a 1. That's a 1, all right? I want you just to, now back to the present. Ready? Snap back into it. Boom. Now rave. All right? You're all over the place. That's a 1. So as we get familiar with these states where the brain's like think about paying your bills, okay? You can tell how you dip in and out of being consumed by thought. And then going back to the present. And so here, I just want you to do this with yourself, and I'm going to do it as I make this video. I'm going to do it in my head, and I'm going to relay it back to you. As we're in this state of presence, I want you to think of what your life purpose is. Okay? Now, there's going to be some things coming to your mind. And maybe some of these things give you anxiety. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, what the hell? What's my life purpose? The hell am I supposed to do with my life? I don't know, right? Maybe, okay, but what I want you to do is label that. How, the crazy energy that makes you anxious, or maybe it's not that intense, maybe it's a 3, you just have some thoughts, you're drifting, it takes you out of the present moment. Or maybe it's a 10, maybe you just get a moment of clarity, maybe there's something in your head that just like, wow, it brings you peace, it leaves you in that clarity. It doesn't disrupt the pattern of flow that we're in right now. So ask yourself this question: what is my deepest purpose? What am I here for? What is my life's meaning? What am I meant to do? And so just take a second to do that. Maybe it's to make a movie, to be a movie star, and then label that. I was doing this earlier, I'm doing it now. It's easier to tell you guys about what happened earlier. And I was sitting in the car, and I did this. This is actually something from David Deeta's book, The Way of the Superior Man. And as I was doing it, I was thinking, multiple different things, and at the end, it sort of just landed on one, 2 maybe, but it means the same thing, as just to love, to give love, to help. That's when my mind was sort of just at peace. When I thought about all the things that I wanted to accomplish and all the great feats and leave all this impact, it's like, that gave me anxiety, that gave me a different feeling. But when I thought about just to love, to be able to give love how I am now, to be love. I think love has been talked about a lot through history. What is it? I don't know exactly. But I think this presence that we're sitting in, bathing in almost right now, like sort of tells us a story about what love is. Because when we're like this, in this state, we're free from the things that love isn't. And love isn't greedy. It isn't in a rush. It isn't judgmental. It isn't mean. In this presence, it's like everything's how it should be. You're able to love. And so the deeper that I go, or the more time that I spend in the presence like this, it makes me realize how much I might have been missing out on, and how much love I might have been holding back from those in my life, maybe even from giving my own self. And so here we sit, and our deepest life's purpose is there. It's not really anything crazy. It's not like, now you know what to go to school for, maybe. But I think that feeling is telling you something. And that if you just understand what that means, when you feel peace, and maybe yours is something else, maybe it's to change the world. But when I would talk to myself during the car and I would say stuff like change the world, it would beg the question, well, how do you change the world? And so that made me start thinking more, and so that broke it down to different steps, and it was like, well, I could do this, I could do this, but at the very center of it all, it was to love, to help, to give. And so I can do that. Like, that's something that I am capable of doing. I can love people. I can love people with a smile or with my attention, by listening. I can love people by telling them no. I can love people by standing up for myself. I can love people by doing the right thing even when it's hard and not going with the crowd. That's how I can show true love. I can give the presence. It's not like this soft thing. It's just how we are. And so I believe that the place we go from here is begin to take that consciousness, that awareness. You don't have to stress over it. You don't have to actually be anxious about being present, because I know it can be something that you can overthink. I've actually overthink things all the time, and it's just like, you will be there, guys. You will. I believe it's sort of a natural state when you're away from threat, when you're away from fight or flight, when you're away from overthinking. But see, we're so accustomed to like not being there. We're so accustomed to doing things that are really just pulling us out of that, and we're not living in that love. We're not living in that place where we can give and we can, be ourselves and give ourselves. And I don't say give yourself as like a slave. I don't mean that at all. I mean like you have a reason that you're here, man. You have like power to change your life and the lives of others. You have a responsibility. And when you let go of that, then what's the point of your life? Just to live? Just to spend more time on your phone? Just to listen to more music? Just to say more, jokes? Or I think it's important that when we speak, we don't say things that make us weak. If you want to be strong, don't say things that make you feel weak. Don't eat things that make you feel weak. Don't do things that make you feel weak. We only do those things in the first place because we're not present. Because we're not here. So, my friends, I love you guys. Hope you have a great night. Let me know if you want to hear about anything. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if, this makes sense to you, if you're having trouble understanding. I know it can be difficult because it's teaching your brain a new way to think. You have to learn to think a new way if you want to master a new way to be. See you guys soon. Peace.